Shana Tova, everyone. Ahead of Rosh Hashana, Tafshin Peivav, I would just like to share some brief thoughts. The Rambam very famously writes in Ilchot Shuvah, Perek Gimel Halacha Daled, chapter 3, Halacha 4, that there's a message in the blowing of the shofar that it means Uru Uru Yesheni Mishenatchem. It's a call for the people who are asleep to wake up. And then he continues, and from there he says, Lefichach, as a conclusion from the message of the shofar, צריך כל אדם שיראה עצמו כל השנה כולה כאילו חציו זכאי וחציו חייב. A person should view himself the entire year as if he is half worthy, half guilty, liable. וכן כל העולם, חציו זכאי וחציו חייב. And that's how his outlook on the world should be, as if it's half-half. חטא חטא אחד, הרי הכריע את עצמו והכריע את כל העולם כולו לכף חובה וגרם לו השחתה. If he makes one sin, then he's decided the fate of himself and the entire world to detriment. עשה מצווה אחת, הרי הכריע עצמו והכריע כל העולם כולו לכף זכות וגרם להם תשועה והצלה. He does one mitzvah, then he decides the fate of himself and the entire world into a positive one and has saved the world. Now, the question is, what's the connection between these two things? How is the message of the shofar to wake up from your sleep connected to this outlook of half-half? So I heard from my Rebbe in Yeshiva, Rav Yonatan Rozin Shlita, that he explained this Rambam as follows. That in order for us to be awake, we need to develop this outlook on our lives and on the world. And the outlook has to be that every moment is critical. Every decision is critical. Every moment, it's as if we're half-half, and the decision that we make now will decide our fate. And that puts value and importance into those decisions. And once you make that decision, and you've decided the world into a positive fate, the next moment you're back in the same place. Again, half-half. And again, the things that you do, the things that you will say, they will have importance, and they will decide the fate of the world. That is the way, that is the outlook you need to have on your life, to live it with this consciousness that you don't go through life as if you're asleep, that you make decisions without thinking about them. You have to be conscious of what you're doing, and that is what the Rambam says. Uru uru yesheni mishenatchem. You have to wake up from your sleep. How do you wake up from your sleep? By going about and adopting this outlook on life, that every decision you make, you're deciding now your fate and the fate of the world. In the next moment, again, you're in the same spot again, and again, whatever you do will have value. And I just want to reflect with that message on the times that we're living in. These are not normal times, the times that we're living in. These are very special times. They all started with the events of Simchat Torah nearly 2 years ago, and the brutal attack that we suffered. And since then, the times have been tremendously challenging. A lot of people killed, a lot of people wounded, the hostages. But on the other hand, we've seen the line of Judah has awakened. Am kelavi yakum. We've seen the line of Am Yisrael, the powers to fight back and punish our enemies, tremendously successful with the most incredible and miraculous military operations that the world has seen. And it's really also a tremendous privilege to be living in these times. And decisions have been made on a national level that have had tremendous outcome, and we see they're deciding the fate of Israel. And not only, they're deciding the fate of the world. The whole world is turned to us, looking to Israel to see what we will do next. So we see this really, in our times, we can really understand this approach. Everything that we do has tremendous decision for ourselves, for our nation, and for the entire world. But we have to realize this is not a process that ends. We make one decision, we're successful, but the next time, again, we're faced by another. And that is correct. That is the way we need to live our lives as well. And this is a message for us on the national level and also on the personal level. This is what the Rambam is saying. This is how we need to approach our lives. Every moment is important. Everything that we say, every words that we utter is important. It has a meaning. And the decisions we make have importance. And that is how we go through life in a meaningful way, in a conscious way, not as if we're asleep. And with that, B'ezrat Hashem, hopefully, we will be able to decide the fate of the entire world in a positive way, as the Rambam says, Tzaddik Yesod Olam. The righteous, he is the foundation of the world. A person who has right in himself, who has made himself righteous, he can decide the world and he can save the world. And with that message, let us try to enter Rosh Hashana with prayer that on this Rosh Hashana we will be remembered and decided for good. Zochreinu lechaim tovim v'kotvenu b'sefer ha'chaim. Shana tova and ktiva v'chatima tova to everyone.